Did you know that Facebook currently has close to 2 billion active users? 2 billion. Now, there's no question about it. Facebook is where people are at, and this has created an incredible marketing opportunity. It is easier than you may realize to utilize Facebook to build your own loyal following, and this allows you to get in front of a targeted audience like never before. No surprise that people are able to make full-time income just from marketing on Facebook. And while getting started with Facebook marketing isn't hard, you do need to know the right things to do. Now, we'd love to share our Facebook marketing secrets with you. To learn more, simply follow the directions on this page.
Facebook is the biggest social network on the planet by a long way. It is the third largest website in the world after Google and YouTube, and it has billions of users that use it regularly. Now you can leverage the power of Facebook to drive free traffic to your website. To successfully drive free traffic from Facebook, you have to know what works and what doesn't. It is much tougher to get free traffic these days, as Facebook wants marketers to spend money on ads instead. This training will explain which methods to use to get the freest traffic. We have worked hard to provide you with everything that you need to know to use the Facebook platform to generate free traffic. You will find it an easy and engaging training, and we encourage you to take it from start to finish and then start to implement the tips and advice you find here. You will learn what successful Facebook marketers do to drive free traffic. What they have done is not rocket science, and you can replicate their success easily. Engagement with your audience is essential, and this training will show you how to achieve that. Other marketers have tried driving free traffic from Facebook and failed. We do not want you to make the same mistakes that they did, so follow the steps in this training and you will maximize your chance of success. The reality of free Facebook traffic. It is more difficult to get free traffic from Facebook now than it ever was before. Marketers that have shared a lot of high-quality content on Facebook for some time now have seen their engagement numbers dwindle. Facebook is a business at the end of the day, and they want marketers to spend money on advertising. So, they have taken steps over the last few years to ensure that advertisers have a much greater advantage than those that use only an organic reach approach. If your content is not appearing in the news feeds of your target audience, then you are not going to get the results that you want. Facebook users are not going to visit your website as much as they used to. So this begs the all-important question: is it still possible to get free traffic from Facebook and not have to spend money on ads? The answer is yes, as long as you use the right strategies. You need to follow the same strategies that we will reveal in this training. Develop a growth mindset. The most important thing that you can do first is to develop a growth mindset when it comes to Facebook. Without this, you are very unlikely to succeed. It is very tempting to try and find the latest tips and tricks for free Facebook traffic, but these are usually very temporary and will not help you to become a true influencer on the platform. Being a true influencer is your aim. With the reduced amount of visibility of your content forced by Facebook, you want to ensure that the content that does appear in the news feeds of your target audience will be consumed passionately. Changing your mindset is not easy to do, but it is definitely possible. You're going to have some limiting beliefs which will hold you back as far as growing your Facebook profile is concerned. You need to address these on a regular basis to eradicate them. It's all been said before. Do you believe that you have nothing interesting to contribute on a consistent basis? After all, it's all been said before, right? Most unsuccessful Facebook marketers suffer from this limiting belief. You can certainly eliminate this belief fairly easily and quickly. A lot of Facebook marketers make the mistake that their audience really cares about their opinion. The harsh reality is that they don't and they never will, unless you are some kind of global superstar. So, what do? You need to share the facts with your audience. Provide data and evidence that what you are saying in your posts really works. This is a lot easier to do than you may think. Yes, it will take a little more work, but going to your audience with a proven idea is always going to trump your opinion about something. Your audience wants to achieve a specific result, so show them that you are the person to help them do this. Everything has to be perfect. This is another classic negative belief. Facebook marketers think that they have to create perfect content every time. Perfectionism is a real success killer. There is no such thing as perfect Facebook content. Perfectionism will just hold you back. It is better to put content out there that is not quite perfect than to agonize over the perfect post. You will end up posting nothing with this belief. Just add regular posts and then use Facebook Insights to test your engagement levels. Not having the right amount of proof. You should always go for a proof strategy with your content. But what if you don't have enough proof? This is another negative belief that will hold you back. Obviously, it is better to have more than one source of proof. But if that is all you have, then go with it anyway. A single source of proof will be enough to hook people into your Facebook content. After that, it is down to your personality. When people know, like, and trust you on Facebook, they will not be at all concerned that you do not have enough proof. There will always be some people that don't like your style. That's okay. You don't want them anyway. My website and branding isn't good enough. A lot of marketers believe that they need the fanciest website and branding to succeed with Facebook marketing. The truth is that you don't. We're not saying that you shouldn't pay attention to your website and make it the best it can be, but it really doesn't have to win any design awards to be effective. As before, if people know, like, and trust you, then they will not care about how fancy your website is. You have put yourself out there on Facebook and provided valuable content to your audience, and they really appreciate that. You can eradicate all these limiting beliefs. If you have any fears about marketing on Facebook, then you need to work on these to overcome them. It will take time for you to totally eradicate them, but you must do this. Post regularly and focus on value. The most important thing that you need to remember is that the quality and consistency of your content is your chief concern. You do not need to post content several times a day like some large organizations do, but you do need a regular posting schedule, and the value that you provide is everything. It is possible to drive a lot of traffic from Facebook to increase your leads and sales, but you need to accept that your exposure will not be as great as it would have been a couple of years ago. This makes it even more essential to provide value to your audience so they will start looking for your posts. In the next video, we will discuss how to optimize your Facebook page so that you get the maximum amount of free traffic. Optimize your Facebook page. As you probably already know, you need a Facebook page to perform successful Facebook marketing. It is extremely easy to set up a new Facebook page, and there are many out there that are not well optimized for free traffic. Have a great profile cover photo. All businesses that have Facebook pages should use their cover photo as a way to getting users into their sales funnel. This is very valuable real estate that you must use wisely. It's the first thing that a new visitor will see on your Facebook page. You need to use a photo that is really eye-catching here. If you need help with this, then there are some good sellers on Fiverr.com that can help. Add text to your cover photo that your audience will resonate with. In the text, tell them what you can do for them, the results that you can help them to achieve. Add the link to your sales funnel on the cover photo as well. Do not waste the opportunity you have here. Sure, it is nice to have a picture of you and your partner on the beach, but that will not drive more free traffic. Add a strong call to action in your intro. Your Facebook page intro is another area that really stands out, so make good use of this. Add a benefit here and then your website URL so that they can find out more. As an example, your intro could say, how to make $10K a month from Facebook and your website. Learn more at yourdomain.com. You do not want your visitors to spend too much time on your Facebook page. Your goal is to drive them to your website so that they can really get involved. So use your intro to the best effect. Add links to your website. There are many Facebook pages out there that do not have a link to their website. This is just unbelievable, but it happens a lot. People tend to be really lazy when it comes to completing their Facebook page profile. You do not want to do this. There is an About tab on your Facebook page for a reason. It is your opportunity to tell people who you are and what you stand for. It is also a chance for you to add a link back to your website. A lot of people that visit your Facebook page are going to check out the About tab. They will also be interested to have a look at your website, so put in the effort here. There are other places in your Facebook page that you can add a link to your website as well, such as the personal information and biography sections. Use all of these opportunities to showcase different parts of your website. For example, you may have a post on your website that provides a lot of value and gets a lot of traffic. You can add a link to this post directly from your Facebook page. Maybe you have a special offer right now and you want a link to this. Just make sure that you use all of the links available to you. The About tab. It is really simple to edit your About tab. Just click on the About tab and then look for the Edit link for each of the sections. Click the relevant edit link to change the section, in other words, biography. To add a link to your website in the different sections, you will need to use the full URL. You need the HTTPS component. You are using SSL on your website, aren't you? And the full domain name and page name. So for example, https://yourdomain.com/mybestpost. Just click save when you are done with your edits. Don't just add links to your About tab. Provide valuable information about yourself, your business, and how you can help people. Make this compelling and don't just write anything. Use your copywriting skills to persuade people to follow you. The page milestone technique. Did you know that you can add links to your website using page milestones? If you are not sure what a page milestone is, it is basically a significant event in the growth of your business. You can and should feature these milestones on your Facebook page. It's simple to add a page milestone. Under your cover image, you will see a button with 3 dots. Click on this and a menu appears in a drop-down box. At the end, you will see Create Milestone, so click on this. Facebook calls this a story. You need to add a good title, description, and the date of the milestone. Always add a relevant image to your milestone as well. You can add a link to an external website here too using the full URL as you did in the About tab. You need to come up with some good milestones and not just write anything. Your milestones are your story and they provide a good way for you to connect with your audience. Add milestones that will trigger emotions. People love zero to hero stories, so make good use of this. We will cover your backstory in the next video. When you add your milestones, you want to leave people wanting more, so you can use a cliffhanger technique to persuade them to click the link that you have added to each milestone. For example, you could tell them how you made your first full dollars online, and then tell your visitors that they can see more details by clicking the link. Plan your Facebook page profile. You can always edit your About tab and your milestones on your Facebook page. We recommend that you plan everything out and ensure that you have more information available on your website. At the end of the day, getting Facebook users to your website is what it is all about. So we encourage you to think carefully about the information you add to your Facebook page. If you don't complete the sections or just enter a few words as the bare minimum, then you are missing a golden opportunity for free traffic. In the next video, we will discuss the importance of your personal story. The importance of your personal story. The more influence you can create with your Facebook page, the more free traffic you will drive to your website. So you need to aim to be as big an influencer as you can. To kick this off really well, you need a convincing personal story. If you don't have a good backstory, then your influence will be extremely limited. It doesn't matter if the Facebook page is about your business or you as an individual. There's always a good backstory you can add. When you are coming up with ideas for your personal story, have the zero to hero approach uppermost in your mind. Zero to hero story. People really like a rags to riches backstory. You only had $2 in your pocket and the rent was due. Living in your car for a while was the only option. You tried so many times to be successful online and it wasn't happening for you. You spent all you had in training courses, but it still wasn't working. Your family thought that you were mad and tried to persuade you to get a job. You get the idea, right? What all of these things tell your visitors is that you were nobody and had nothing when you first started out. They will be encouraged by this and it will give them hope that you have the answers to their questions. They will want to know what you did to make it work. What mindset changes did you have to make? What people did you have to connect with? What methods did you use to become successful? There are many more questions that you can answer when you have a compelling zero to hero personal story. Prepare your story. Okay, now it is time for you to prepare your story. We're not recommending that you are dishonest here, but you do want to paint the most desperate picture that you can with your story. Maybe you had a job that gave you a comfortable life, but inside you were miserable because you wanted to create your own destiny. There are a number of ways that you can make your personal story really impactful. The best way to start is to write down your struggle and how you got started. Commit this to your memory so that you can always tell the same story on your website, your Facebook page, and in real life too. Provide as much detail as you can in your story. Add in some high points, in other words, making your first sale online, and plenty of low points. In other words, you tried several different methods and none of them worked out, or you had to take a menial job just to pay the bills while you were figuring it all out. Show your visitors you are still human. One of the dangers of becoming successful is that you lose touch with who you are. This is not something that you want to do on your Facebook page or anywhere else for that matter. You do not want your visitors to think that you are aloof and unapproachable. A lot of marketers make this mistake. Don't add photos to your profile of your fancy cars and your fancy home. Some people will tell you that this is all part of showing your visitors what is possible. This is true to an extent, but if you overdo it, then you will just drive people away. If your visitors cannot resonate with you, then you will never get them on board. If it is well known that you are a marketing genius, for example, then don't brag about that in any way. People will be unable to identify with that. It is best to stay humble and remember your roots, no matter how successful you are now. Explain your journey in detail. Talk about the time that you had nothing or had not experienced any success all the way to that present day. Tell your visitors that if a nobody like you can do it, then they can do it too. Always remember that people will conduct further research on you to check you out. So your story needs to be consistent on all of your channels: your website, your LinkedIn profile, your YouTube channel, and other social profiles. This is a good thing because it shows that the visitor is interested in getting to know you more. They want to be sure that you are the genuine article and not some internet fraudster. So ensure that there is consistency in all of your public profiles. If one of your other channels has a personal story that conflicts with your Facebook page story, then you will be in trouble. So take the time to check everything out and make any necessary changes. Your personal story really is critical to your influencer success, so it needs to be good and consistent. In the next video, we will discuss how to give your audience what they want. Giving your audience what they want. You need to know what your audience wants and how they are likely to behave to drive the maximum amount of free traffic from Facebook. If you already have a Facebook profile and have been posting content for a while, then you can use Facebook Insights to see what has worked the best for you. If Facebook is new to you, then you can use other methods to see which type of posts get the most engagement in your niche. We will discuss this a little later. Knowing your audience is critical to success on Facebook. You need to know who they are, where they are, and what problems they have. Using Facebook Insights to find content that works. If you have posted content on Facebook for a while, then it is really easy to see what content your audience responded the best to using Facebook Insights. By doing this, you can then plan ahead to create similar and post similar content as a way to drive more free traffic from Facebook. Go into your Facebook Insights, and below the overview charts, you can see data on your last 5 posts. Then you can choose to look at the data for all your posts by clicking on See All Posts. You will be able to see the reach of each post and the levels of engagement. The engagement metrics you are most interested in are clicks, comments, shares. The number of clicks is definitely something that you want to take a good look at, as this is the number of users that clicked through to your website. There are a number of factors that can influence the number of clicks that a post receives on Facebook. The topic of the post, the description, the type of content, text, image, video, etc., the day the post appeared, the time the post appeared. We recommend that you use a spreadsheet here such as Google Sheets and add your most clicked posts to the sheet along with the information above, post topic, description, content type, etc. This will provide you with even more insight into what works the best. The aim with your Facebook posts is to get your audience to click, so don't skip this step. Knowing when to share your Facebook posts is very important. There's been a lot of research in this area, and the outcome of this is that posting on Thursday through Sunday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m. are the best posting times. This is general information, and you shouldn't take it literally. These days and times may not be the best for your target audience. You need to find out when your audience is around and post at these times. Facebook Insights will tell you when your audience is around. Under When Your Fans Are Online, you will be able to see the most active days and times for your audience. Pay careful attention to this so that you can schedule future posts to coincide with this information. Facebook has a schedule feature that is very easy to use, and you should use it once you know the best times for your audience. All you need to do is set a date and time, and Facebook will post your content accordingly. Avoid using clickbait. You may think that using clickbait is a clever way to drive free traffic from Facebook, but they have been clamping down on these types of posts for a number of years now. How do you define a clickbait post? Well, these have a degree of sensationalism about them that really mislead the user. A couple of examples will explain this more clearly. Movie star forced out of nightclub by security. This post does not reveal the name of the celebrity and is therefore withholding information from the user. Use this one trick to lose 14 pounds in 7 days. This is just a misleading title. A few years ago, these kind of clickbait titles would have got a lot of clicks on Facebook. As a result of this, they would appear higher in user news feeds to get even more clicks. But Facebook started to notice that the quality of the content that users clicked through to was poor quality. They did some user research and discovered that 80% of the time their users preferred to read headlines that actually helped them to decide whether they should click through to read a full article or not. Facebook then started measuring the time that users spent on the external page before they would go back to Facebook. The message is clear here. When you are creating your post for Facebook and you want users to click through to your website, don't use headlines that they will consider clickbait. You can do this by avoiding language that is exaggerated, misleading, and sensational. Tell Facebook users what they can expect when they click through to your website. This will help them to make the decision to click or not, and will keep you in Facebook's good books as well. When a user clicks through to your website, make sure that the content is related and that it is engaging. Keep them on your site as long as possible. Your website needs to have fast loading times and be optimized for mobile devices. You may think that this is obvious, but there have been thousands of examples where this was not the case, and there still are today. Forget about engagement posts too. Your aim with Facebook content should always be to gain as much engagement as you can, because this will ultimately lead to more free Facebook traffic. But you need to avoid tactics that try to increase engagement levels, as Facebook is totally against this. Facebook calls this engagement bait. And in 2017, they changed their algorithm to incorporate machine learning to restrict the use of these tactics. The algorithm change looked for posts that tried to persuade others to engage, such as asking them to comment, share, like, or tag, for example. The algorithm will restrict the reach of Facebook pages that continually use these tactics. So our advice is to avoid using these terms in your posts: comment, tag, vote, and like. It just makes a lot of sense to avoid doing things Facebook doesn't like in an attempt to get more clicks. Stop making image or video posts with links in descriptions. Facebook wants you to share links using their native link posting feature. They do not want you to add an image or a video and then place your link in the caption. You will clash with the Facebook algorithm if you do this, and you will find that your reach becomes restricted. Always use a link post. Facebook wants you to do this so that they can create a preview which includes the headline, an image, and a description. They believe that this enables their users to make a more qualified decision about clicking through. Using other Facebook channels to identify popular content. If you are new to Facebook, then this is a good way to find out what types of posts are popular. Even if you are an experienced user, you should be doing this as well. All you need to do here is use the search facility within Facebook by entering a related keyword to your niche and then finding Facebook groups where you believe your target audience would hang out. For example, you could search for "Make Money Online" and you will see a list of groups returned. You could also use search terms like internet marketing and work from home. Once you have the search results, then click on Groups in the menu bar. Now you need to join the groups that you think are right for your audience. Once accepted, you can take a look inside to see what topics people discuss regularly. Look for questions that group members ask and seek out posts that receive high levels of engagement. Make a list and use this for future post content ideas. In the next video, we will discuss the types of content that really drive free traffic from Facebook. Content for free Facebook traffic. There are different types of content that you can post on your Facebook page. In this video, we will look at 4 types of content that usually get good results in terms of engagement. We recommend that you create a posting schedule and plan in advance so that you post regularly. Once your followers know, like, and trust you, they will expect consistent posting. Make your content shareable. One way that you will definitely increase the amount of free traffic that you get from Facebook is to make your content very share-worthy. Not every post that you make is going to get a lot of shares, but keep this in mind when you are making all of your posts. You want as many of your followers to share your content with their friends. If one person shares a post that you make on Facebook with their 200 friends, and only 1% of those friends, 2 people, then shares it again with their 200 friends, then you are really ramping up your chances of getting more free traffic. How do you create share-worthy posts? Here are some ideas. Make them highly arousing. Injecting emotion into your posts is the best way to make it share-worthy. You want to inspire the users and fire them up about something. When a Facebook user is fired up over a post, they are far more likely to share it. One of the best things that you can do is to trigger anxiety. Entertaining your followers is a good thing to do as well. You can use other emotional triggers like humor, fear, awe, and outrage. Have a strong call to action. To get people to do what you want online, you have to ask them. Don't leave it to them to figure out what you want them to do because they will not bother to do it. Just tell them what you want them to do. You can ask your followers to share your content. Be specific here and ask them to share with someone that they think would benefit from it. It is possible to incentivize sharing on Facebook. You could give something away for free, such as a valuable report to those that share your posts. Power words. If you know anything about copywriting, you will have heard of power words. When you use these power words in your posts, you will encourage more people to share your content and take any other actions that you want them to. There are hundreds of power words that you can use in your posts. Rather than try to list them all here, we recommend that you check out this great resource. Create shareable images. Eye-catching images will always be shared on Facebook. The most shareable images are those that contain text on them. You do not have to be a Photoshop expert to add good-looking text to an image. Just use one of the following free design websites. 1. Canva. 2. PicMonkey. 3. WordSwag. There are plenty of websites where you can find copyright-free images as well, such as Pixabay.com and Pexels.com. You need to make the image and the message related to where you will send the user. So if you have a post on your website about avoiding costly mistakes in internet marketing, you could create a humorous image of a person with empty pockets and use the words, "Don't make these costly mistakes with your online business." Interviews with experts. Any Facebook content that features people is going to make it more share-worthy. The people that you interview will want to share your post with their audiences, which will increase your reach and get you more free Facebook traffic. Do some homework and find out who your audience really respects in your niche. Find out if they have a large following, and then contact them and ask to interview them. It is actually a good idea to follow them first and interact with them before asking for an interview, as this will increase the chances of them saying yes. You need to accept that not everyone is going to agree to an interview. Most people probably will, as they like giving their opinion. So don't just pin your hopes on one person. Find a number of people in your niche that would be a good fit. Create a roundup. A roundup is an article where there are a number of contributors. So here you want to think about an article topic and then find a number of people on Facebook to contribute to it. You need to choose a topic that will be popular with your target audience. After writing your article, post it on your website. Then create a Facebook post telling people all about the article. Ask people that contributed to the article to share your Facebook post with their friends. This is a great way to get more free traffic from Facebook. Use a list post with credits. Roundup posts are really good, but they take a great deal of time to create. As an alternative, you can create a list post which mentions and provides credit to others without them having to do anything. So for example, if you are in the internet marketing niche, you could write a list post like 10 reasons why you must do email marketing, and then mention people that you know in the industry and credit them by using their words and quotes, etc. In your Facebook post, you can tag these people as well. Also, contact them directly using Facebook Messenger and send them an email as well, telling them about your post and the fact that they are mentioned in it. Incentives and freebies. You can use freebies and incentives to get a lot of free traffic from Facebook. Make a Facebook post telling your followers about the freebie and link to a landing page on your website. You can ask your visitors to opt into your email list to receive the freebie. Facebook likes people to spend time on your site when they click through, so keep this in mind. If you are not sure what freebies to offer your audience, then ask them to tell you. Make a Facebook post with a number of different ideas that are numbered, example 1 through 5. Then ask them to type in the number of the incentive that most appeals to them. Typing a number is easy, so you should get a good response from this. Once you know what your audience wants the most, tell your audience in the comment thread. As your audience helped you to choose the best incentive, they will be a lot more likely to click through to get it. In the next video, we will discuss how video can bring you a lot of free Facebook traffic.
Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, then please subscribe and hit the bell of notification so you will get notification as soon as I upload a new video. I wish you a best luck for all your future projects. See you later next time.